Have you ever wondered why cutting onions is such a tear-jerking experience? It's a common kitchen ordeal faced by chefs and home cooks alike, turning the simple act of preparing food into an emotional episode. This peculiar reaction has its roots deeply embedded in the biochemistry of onions. Onions, like many other plants, have defenses built in to protect themselves from pests and animals. In this video, we'll explore how the very structure of onions triggers a cascade of chemical reactions, leading to those all too familiar tears. This journey into the world of onions reveals not just why they make us cry, but also how we can outsmart this botanical defense during our culinary endeavors. When you slice through an onion, you are actually slicing through a series of cells. Each cut disrupts the cell walls, causing the cells to release their contents. Among these contents are various enzymes that were safely stored in separate compartments when the onion was intact. Once these enzymes are freed, they start to interact with other substances also released from the cells, specifically amino acid sulfoxides, forming a volatile compound known as syn-propanethyl S-oxide. This compound is the main culprit behind the tears, as it quickly transforms into a gas that wafts up towards your eyes. The gas interacts with the moisture in your eyes, forming a mild sulfuric acid. This acid irritates the eyes, triggering them to release tears in an attempt to wash away the irritant. This is a natural defense mechanism of the eyes, reacting to what they perceive as a harmful substance. The tear-inducing effect of onions is fascinating from a biological standpoint. The gas produced when cutting an onion acts as a signal, alerting the body to potential harm. This is similar to how our body reacts to smoke or dust by trying to expel the irritant. Interestingly, not all onions cause the same level of tear production. Factors such as the type of onion, its age, and how it was stored can affect the amount of chemicals it contains, and thus the intensity of the reaction. This variability adds another layer of complexity to our understanding of onions and their chemical defenses. Onions belong to the allium family, a group known for their pungent aromas and flavors. These characteristics are not just culinary assets, but also part of the plant's survival strategy. The compounds that cause our eyes to water act as a deterrent against animals and pests who might otherwise feast on the plants. This defense mechanism is essentially a chemical warfare strategy evolved over millennia. The onion uses its biochemistry as a shield, protecting itself from being eaten before it can reproduce. This is a brilliant example of how plants use chemistry to secure their survival. In the wild, this chemical deterrent makes onions less appealing to creatures that might dig them up. However, in our kitchens, this means we have to deal with the tearful consequences of disrupting their chemical fortresses. The journey from an intact onion cell to tears streaming down your face is a rapid one. Initially, the damage to the cell walls initiates the release of enzymes. These enzymes then catalyze a series of reactions that ultimately generate the tear-inducing gas. Understanding this pathway not only helps us appreciate the complexity of nature, but also assists in finding ways to mitigate the tearful effects. By manipulating the conditions under which we cut onions, we can minimize the production of the irritating gas, making our cooking experience more pleasant. First, chilling onions in the fridge before cutting can reduce the enzyme activity, leading to less gas being produced. Cold temperatures slow down the chemical reactions involved in the process. Another effective method is to cut the onion under running water, or to use a sharp knife. A dull knife crushes more cells, releasing more irritants. By minimizing cell damage, you can significantly reduce the amount of tear-inducing compounds released. Lastly, positioning your cutting board next to a vent or a fan can help to blow the irritant gases away from your face. These practical tips can make onion preparation a tear-free experience, allowing you to enjoy cooking without the discomfort.